Ongoing international implications here at home from the COVID-19 pandemic. The disease has claimed the life of a third migrant worker in Ontario, a worker employed by Scotland Group at a large farming operation near Simcoe, Ontario. That farm in particular has been linked to 217 cases of COVID-19, the vast majority among foreign workers. In the meantime, Mexico says it has reached a deal with the federal government to resume sending temporary workers to Canada. Mexico stopped doing that last week after 2 Mexican workers died of COVID-19, and now a third. Janice McGregor is in Ottawa with more on the story. And Janice, let's just talk about what has changed, because they put the program on hold, then they've restarted it. Now there's a third death. Where do things stand?
Yeah, an issue of top concern between the two countries. Anytime anything gets elevated to the level where Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is raising it on a call, as he did last Monday with Mexico's president, you know that something is a big issue bilaterally between these two countries involved. Last Friday, then, Employment Minister Carla Qualtrough wrote a letter to Mexico's ambassador on behalf of her colleagues at the Immigration and Agriculture departments. This, of course, is kind of a program that touches a number of different people's mandates, but they've now set up a contact group with the Mexicans to better monitor this program and hopefully fix things to make conditions more safe for workers. Provincial officials are also going to be part of this group. And what it really means is that federal employment and health officials are now going to be working on the ground with local public health authorities to figure out what happened in the facilities where these outbreaks have occurred in southwestern Ontario. They want to make sure that the workers are getting adequate health care. And going forward, they're going to have more inspections so that officials can kind of share information about what's going wrong and strengthen their rules for the future. Federal officials are also going to be speaking more with some of the advocacy groups that have been helping migrant workers with translation issues so they can articulate their concerns better, investigating the claims of employers who aren't doing what they need to keep people safe. And employers are going to get a lot more education about what their responsibilities are to prevent COVID-19 outbreaks. And Qualtrough's letter is quite specific that if people are found to not be in compliance, there will be stiffer sanctions going forward. There are about 16,000 Mexican workers in Canada right now. They're already working in vineyards, picking early crops like asparagus and strawberries. What this agreement means is that other Mexican workers who were expected to arrive later for harvest this fall, perhaps, can now proceed.
But again, with all of those numbers, Janice has mentioned 3 deaths already, and outbreaks we're looking at 17. That's the reported figure. Canadian farms. Why are these workers being hit so hard?
Well, advocates for migrant workers have flagged a number of concerns. If you think about this latest death, it occurred in a greenhouse facility. When you're looking at greenhouses, warehouses, if you are not taking a lot of precautionary measures in a busy workplace like that with kind of the unique air circulation that you might have in those spaces, if you think about it, there is a very high risk to workers. In addition, many of these people are living in shared accommodations, dormitory-style bunkhouses where they share kitchen and bathroom facilities, also maybe travel together in groups, shared transportation to the actual job site. That makes it very difficult to isolate people that have symptoms and even sort of have them isolated enough to begin with so that even before they have symptoms, or if they're asymptomatic, they're not spreading things around. So that is kind of, those are the conditions that sort of have set this up. And that is what people are going to be looking at going forward. But important, Heather, to note, this was not a situation where foreign workers came into Canada and made people in Canada sick. They were all quarantined for 14 days after they arrived. This latest death happened at a workplace where the start of the outbreak actually began with a Canadian resident.
Janice, thank you very much. Janice McGregor with those details from Ottawa.